Hi, let me share an interesting story with you. The year was 1990. I was a young account director at Everest Advertising in Delhi. I'd already spent about 8 years in advertising. And in those 8 years, I somehow managed to handle two-wheeler accounts. In some ways, I was by then being considered a two-wheeler specialist. One day, I got a call from Mumbai. It was Alec Mughamsey's secretary. She told me AP wanted to meet me in Mumbai. They sent me an air ticket and flew me down the very next day. I was to meet AP at his residence for breakfast. And I went to his Breach Candy residence, pressed the bell, and hello. It was Sharon Prabhakar, AP's gorgeous wife, in her leotards, in the midst of her exercises. She opened the door and welcomed me in. She took me to the drawing room and told me AP will be joining soon. I was nervous. I was a nervous wreck. Imagine meeting the great and legendary Alec Mughamsey. I was literally shaking. Didn't know the purpose of the meeting. Was it an interview? He walked in, made me feel absolutely comfortable. He probably noticed my nervousness and immediately said, "This is not an interview. I already know about you and your background. I'd like to discuss an opportunity with you." For a few minutes, I was kind of dumbstruck. We started chatting with a fabulous Parsi breakfast laid out. He informed me that one of Lintas's biggest and most prestigious clients after Unilever was Bajaj Auto. And they wanted to start a Bajaj division. After scouting for someone who could start and head the division, his team had shortlisted me because of my experience with two-wheelers. He wanted me to relocate to Mumbai and start and head the Bajaj division. It was the biggest acknowledgement and compliment of my career, and I was over the moon. We chatted for another hour or so, and then he asked me to think over it and let me know within a week. He asked the Lintas administrative head to come and take me around to show me their flats so I could finalize a flat. So it was all kind of set up. Lintas owned a number of flats in Mumbai. So the whole afternoon, I looked at flats and finalized one, in fact, in Bandra, and thereafter left for Delhi in the evening. Next 2 days, I was clear in my mind that I was going to take the offer. It was a big offer. But 2 days later, I got a call out of the blue from my chairman, my agency, Everest chairman, Ahmed Ibrahim. He wanted me to meet him in Mumbai. So I flew the next day back to Mumbai. I went to his office and met him. Again, I didn't know the purpose of the meeting. But in my mind, I thought maybe they had got to know about my meeting with Alec and my, going to Mumbai. But soon I got to know that Everest was promoting me as the head of Delhi branch. Everest was the second largest agency in Delhi those days. I was going to become the youngest head of the second largest agency in Delhi. I was honored for the recognition because that's what we all work for. But when I returned to Delhi, I was confused and didn't know what to do. I had the biggest 2 offers in my hand. What was I to do? I called Alec, told him of my predicament and that Everest had promoted me to the head of Delhi operations. I will never forget what he told me. He said, Amitabha, the greatest honor is when the organization you're working for recognizes and rewards your contribution. Far greater an achievement than switching a job. You should take up the Everest assignment and the challenge. We'll see what to do with our Bajaj division. Maybe someday we'll work together. 4 years later, Lintas offered me the same job. By then, Prem Mehta had taken over as head of Lintas. AP was chairman emeritus. They waited and hadn't started the Bajaj division. This time I joined them and started Mumbai 5, the Bajaj division. I went and met AP and he said, I told you we'll work together someday. This division was waiting to be started by you. Guys, the moral of the story is don't compromise on your values and integrity. Perform and you will be recognized and rewarded. It's easy to jump ship and get a higher designation and more money. But the greatest honor in our professional career is when we get recognized and rewarded for the organization we are working in and for our performance and integrity. There is no greater satisfaction and pride than that. My name is Amitabha Mitra. I'm a career coach and consultant with an experience of over 40 years in advertising and marketing communications. I worked in some of India's biggest agencies, handling and managing some of the biggest Indian and multinational companies and brands. I helped build more than 50 power brands and many #1 bestsellers. I've been in successful leadership position since the last 30 years. I have groomed and guided hundreds of executives who went on to enjoy successful careers in advertising and marketing communications, and many are today heads of organizations. I achieved success in every organization I worked due to my perseverance, performance, and passion towards my organization and my work. I have faced my share of ups and downs in life and come out stronger. In 2015, after 33 years in corporate life, and at the peak of my career, I decided to become an entrepreneur and start my own agency. It was a disaster. I realized I was not a businessman. At the age of 62, I went bankrupt, lost everything I had built up during my career, my home, savings, car, everything. But I refused to give up because what I didn't lose was what made me successful during my professional career. My passion for my work, building brands, developing strategies, creating ideas, and the experience and knowledge of advertising, marketing communications of over 40 years. Nobody could take this away from me. At the peak of the pandemic 1 year ago, I restarted. I decided to share my experience and knowledge with professionals in advertising and marketing communications and students who wanted to get into this amazing industry. Help them grow faster, acquire knowledge relevant to today's challenges and the competitive environment. Become performers and make themselves recession-proof. My mission as a coach and mentor is to help every advertising, marketing, communications professional who want my guidance to achieve success, recognition, growth, and become leaders in their field. In the last 1 year, I've created my own online webinar-based program, Marcom Masterclass, a 12-session, 30-hour course. I've done over 40 webinars, coached more than 120 professionals and students, worked with 5 companies as consultant, mentoring 5 professionals on one-to-one basis, created over 30 plus videos, 10 plus blogs, and I'm just getting started. My immediate plans: focus on my industry professionals, advertising, marketing, communications, professionals, and students. Create a community and give you a platform to learn, share your views, and interact with industry and corporate leaders and champions from India and abroad. Create unique courses that will be beneficial and relevant to you to face the challenges and the competitive corporate world we live in today, so that you can stay ahead of it, get recognized, and grow faster. Keep track of me, because there's a lot of very interesting webinars, boot camps, courses, and one-of-a-kind community creation that will be announced shortly, and which will need your support, because it's going to be for you. So till the next time, have a great day.